Hey everybody, Adam from Grow Life here. We are gonna try to grow and do something I've never done before. How to put in a windshield washer fluid reservoir. Let me show you how, I hope.
Okay, so this is what we need to put in our van. Last year, I was working on the headlights, put it out in the sun to cure, and well, I might have forgotten about one of those stumps that was sitting out there in the yard. Right up there. And it might have ran into that and pushed that up in,
And it may have broke the windshield. Okay, it did break the windshield washer fluid reservoir. So, bought this puppy, 60 bucks. We're gonna take it out, the old one out, and put it back in. How hard can it be, right? Some tabs, maybe some bolts, a couple hoses. Let's get into it.
okay, there's the old one. We gotta set that puppy right in there. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so the first thing we wanna do is we're gonna take a look at all of the places where bolts and tabs go into this thing. I'm gonna set it in the exact position that it needs to be in and start looking at my frame of what I need to take off and what doesn't need to come off. And then we'll get to town.
Under we go. Oh, look at that. Baroque. Alright. So, take the bumper off. Unscrew those. But my bumper doesn't want to seem to come off, so I guess as usual, we'll try this the hard way.
So, I did not take the bumper off, but there's some easy screws down here. Take this cover off here and get up in.
And I have a handy dandy hole here. But let me see if I can get here. These sensors here, one's the pump and one's the sensor. Where is it? Water level washer fluid sensor. These things, they come right out. They just set in here, and I'll show you where. See, they just actually insert into a gasket there. 1, 2, and 3. So now I just need to unbolt the two bolts that are on there and take it out. For my Toyota, it's 10 millimeters. Where is it? Here's one of them. And ironically, I cannot find my 10 millimeter socket. So I am just playing with this little wrench and unscrewing this. It actually unscrewed very easily. Came loose so easily. And then there's one up at the top.
When in doubt, look at what you got to put in. Because if you got the right part, that's exactly what's going to go. It's the exact part you're taking out. So therefore, you can reverse engineer it. Okay? So, this is how it goes in. So these here and these here, those are just places where the clamps go to help hold the hoses as they're coming down and around. 2 bolts hold everything out. One there, that's the one we were working on, and one back there. That's going to be a harder one to get to, but it just takes 2. So long story short, 2 of them attaching it to the frame, and then 3 other places where things literally go into those O-rings, and
then a couple clips to keep the hoses and everything straight and secure. See how we do. And gently. We got her. Whew. Look at that. That's not gonna hold any washer fluid. All right, now to put the new one in. Ta-da! All right, something to be mindful of. Ooh. When I pulled this old reservoir out, see those holes? This is the new reservoir. See those holes? There's those rings, those O-rings. If you're having trouble, make sure, like when I popped these off, this still had the O-ring on it. See that right there? Now here's one that I have taken off already. Sorry, it's hard being a one-man camera crew. Not doing very well, I apologize. So here's one I took the O-ring off, and that one I didn't yet. So they stayed on when I popped them out of the reservoir. So make sure these old ones come off, because you don't need them. You have the new ones. All right, so I'm just gonna gently feed it back up into position. Then we're gonna get those 2 bolt nuts on, and then we're gonna work on hooking up all the sensors and pumps into those little holes we had. Whoops. So, gently feeding this puppy back up through. It would be a lot easier if you took off the bumper. Give you more access. But of course, you know, we gotta do things a little bit different here. Gentle. See this harness? Where a lot of the wires and stuff go to this. They also are connected and help to go to your lights. So don't be rough. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna put it back on right there. And let's see how we are underneath. Underneath, there is this little nipple. And it's hard to see, but it's gonna feed right in that little hole there. So that just helps, I believe. Haven't seen any other use for it other than just holding everything in the right spot. Where am I? Oh, there I go. Okay, got it in. All right, so need to put this one back in and the one up top to secure it in place. All right. And we're just going to attach this one back on. And we're gonna tighten that puppy on. This one right here. That'll get this all bolted onto the frame. Secured. Oh, hey, and just like that, it's done. It's in, it's secure. We've got our bolts on, we've got our clips on, and we've got those 3, one's the sensor, one's the pump, I don't know what the other one is. We got them plugged in. All right. Next, we gotta put the little spray nipples on. I don't have any. I went all winter last year without having windshield washer fluid. Don't do that. Don't do that. And there it is. Just like nothing ever happened. Oh, if you want to know, windshield washer fluid goes in there. So, what's the moral of the story? If you don't want to have a broken windshield washer reservoir like that, well, or if you don't want to replace it, you can take it to a shop
Or you could not hit anything and break it. Like me? Oh, I was driving the car into the middle of the yard, but you know what? I had this weird feeling, but I forgot. I forgot about, I know it's hard, but I forgot about that. It's like, how can you forget about that? My goodness. That thing stands 1.5 feet off the ground. Well, you know, there's times when you don't see things. Your mind is on other things. So, if you want to avoid replacing one of these, try not to hit anything with it, with the front of your car. All right, guys. I gotta get to work. Catch you later. If you haven't already, subscribe, okay? Hit the notification bell. That'll let you know whenever I get a video on here. Maybe I'll rip off the bottom back of the hood here and get those little sprayers on for another video. All right, hey, catch you later. Ooh, did you know today, I don't know when you're watching this, but today, as of this recording, there is only 106 days till Christmas. That's right, hang on, it's coming.